Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq reviewed brotherly relations and existing cooperation horizons between the Sultanate and the Kingdom of Bahrain with His Royal Highness Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, Prime Minister of Bahrain, during a phone call at noon today. His Royal Highness expressed his sincere wishes for His Majesty the Sultan of good health, happiness and success, and for Omani people for the progress and prosperity under His Majesty's wise leadership. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq expressed his wishes to His Royal Highness of good health and happiness, and for Bahraini people for the progress and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of the Kingdom of Bahrain. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent cabled greetings to His Excellency President Idris Deby of Chad on his country's National Day. Duqm Refinery Project continues its construction work in order to contribute in strengthening Sultanate refining capacity to 500,000 barrels a day. The project will be opened by the end of 2022 and will play a vital role in supporting the national economy as well as diversifying the income sources. The engineering works are moving at an accelerated pace at all packages of the project, as the accomplishing percentage of these works reached 95%, while the percentage of the construction works reached 37%. The overall accomplishment percentage at the project reached 63%. The first package of the project relates to the main treatments units of the refinery, which has accomplished 55%. The second package relates to facilities and services at the refinery. This package reached 71%. The third package relates to external facilities, and the overall accomplishing percentage on it reached 60%. The project, upon its completion, will play a major role in the crude oil processing as well as producing its condensates. At a cost of more than 122 million Omani riyals, the Special Economic Zone Authority at Duqm issued 5 investment projects in the minerals sector in front of the local and foreign private sectors. More details in the following report.
Duqm Quarries Company is offering 5 investment opportunities in mining added value projects worth more than 122 million Omani riyals in front of the local and foreign private sector to enter joint investments in coordination with the concerned authorities to establish factories in the Special Economic Zone at Duqm that benefit from the minerals in the zone and contribute to enhancing the added value of the sector in the Sultanate. Further relevant information about these investment opportunities will also be released on the Invest in Oman platform, which is managed by the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development (ITHRA). Besides, the Special Economic Zone Authority at Duqm, CZAD, approved the second phase of addressing roads in the zone, which included 11 new names for roads and 3 new names for roundabouts. The names were selected based on old local and historical names, in addition to modern names, to keep pace with the details of the Special Economic Zone at Duqm Master Plan, taking into account the economic activities available in the zone, influential historical celebrities and events, promoting Omani identity and connecting the past with the present. CZAD is currently working on preparing a tender that will be floated before the end of 2020 for installation and design of road signboards, which will be placed in different designated locations. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The Minister of Health announced 8 deaths of COVID-19 patients, which bring the total number of COVID-19 fatalities in the Sultanate to 521. The Ministry also announced 207 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 81,787. The Ministry of Health indicated that 76,124 cases have recovered. Oman oil price October delivery declined by 5 cents, amounting to $43.96. The average price at Oman crude oil August delivery reached $41.58 for the barrel, increasing by $7.90 compared to the price of July delivery. Still to come in News Bulletin. Indonesia's Sinabung volcano ejects column of ash. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate Oman Television. The latest data from the World Health Organization, WHO, said that the COVID-19 death toll worldwide reached more than 722,285 globally. Around 20 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported to WHO. The United States and Brazil remain the top of the both confirmed cases and deaths, followed by India, Russia, and South Africa. The Taliban said they were ready for peace talks with the Afghan government as authorities announced that the release of hundreds of militants accused of serious offenses would begin in the next few days. The fate of some 400 Taliban prisoners have been a crucial hurdle in launching peace talks between the two warring sides, which had committed to completing a prisoner exchange before negotiations could start. Yesterday, thousands of prominent Afghan approved their release at the end of a three-day Loya Jirga, a traditional Afghan gathering of tribal elders and other stakeholders, sometimes held to decide on controversial issues. Taliban spokesman told reporters that their stance is clear. If this prisoner release is completed, then they're ready for the intra-Afghan talks within a week. French authorities announced starting Monday, people will be required to wear a mask outdoors in the most frequented areas of the French capital, Paris. The move comes as the country sees an increase in virus infections, with similar measures applied to Marseille, France's second largest city, and the French Riviera resort of Saint-Tropez. Paris City Hall has suggested masks would be mandatory in crowded shopping streets, along with banks of the River Seine and Canal Saint-Martin, in parks, open markets, and air markets. Election officials in Belarus say today that the country's longtime authoritarian leader Alexander Lukashenko has won his sixth consecutive presidential term, taking over 80% of the votes. The country's Central Election Committee announced today that all the ballots have been counted and Lukashenko took 80.23% of the votes, while his main opposition challenger, Sviatlana Tsikhanouskava, had only 9.9%. Human rights groups said one person was killed and dozens were injured in a police crackdown on protests that followed Sunday's vote. China has announced unspecified sanctions against 11 U.S. politicians and heads of organizations promoting democratic causes, including Senators Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, who have already been singled out by Beijing. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Zhijin said today the 11 had performed badly on issues concerning Hong Kong, where China has cracked down on opposition voices following its imposition of a national security law in the semi-autonomous southern Chinese city last month. Rumbling mountain Sinabung in Indonesia's Sumatra Island erupted today, sending a column of volcanic materials as high as 5,000 meters into the sky. There were no fatalities or injuries from the morning eruption. Indonesia's Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation Center said villagers are advised to stay 5 kilometers from the crater's mouth and should be aware of the peril of lava. Some 30,000 people have been forced to leave home around the mountain in the past few years. This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Through a phone call with the Prime Minister of Bahrain, His Majesty Sultan Haitham reviewed the brotherly relations and existing cooperation between the two countries. And the overall accomplishing percentage at Duqm refinery project reached 63%, and 5 investment projects in the mineral sector are issued. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from all of us here in the newsroom and the studios. Good night.
كلنا متعاونين، هدفنا حفظ عمان وناسها الطيبين اللي دومهم على الخير متولفين، وفي المحن تلقاهم سيف وخنجر متماسكين، وتشوف تضحية أبطال ثابتين عشانك في كل الأحوال، همهم تكون بخير لأنك أصل الخير.